It's Halloween Eve, and I'm here in 5 Points where some lucky trick-or-treaters got a head start on candy collecting, pumpkin carving, and a costume contest that would scare the pants off of anyone. Pets Incorporated is a nonprofit shelter which has to pay for all of their supplies out of their own pocket. Now, let's check in with Kendall Webb for our first look at weather. Kendall. And while the rain isn't here yet, it will be tonight starting at midnight. So make sure you pack your umbrellas for the remainder of the work week. I'll be back with how much rain you can expect after the break. The most important thing to remember is that style is not measured in dollar signs. So whether your entire outfit costs $200 or $1,200, no one will be able to tell if your high fashion look came off the runway or from the aisles of your favorite chain store. Aryana, Oveissi, Carolina News. For many USC students, the college experience is a race against time, a triathlon of classes, studying, and exams, with a finish line 4 years away with no relief or sleep in sight. To accommodate students, the school library stays open around the clock and is stocked with espresso and energy drinks. But some students are finding the boost they need inside of a prescription bottle. The USC students interviewed wished to remain anonymous.
A majority of college students at one time or another have at least tried it or depend greatly on prescription Adderall when they're not prescribed it.
Adderall, a strong mixture of amphetamines given to treat attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, appeals to students because
keeps me from, instead of like caffeine, it keeps me up for longer periods of time and helps me focus and I guess keep me from distracting from other things.
Dr. Mark Harari works with the university and says the trend of Adderall abuse among students referred to him is on the rise.
It's not unusual where I see someone, and I pretty much ask them, I'm not going to get you in any kind of trouble, but have you ever tried Adderall without it being prescribed? And more often than not, I get a yes.
But just how serious is the problem? According to a 2005 report by the National Center on Addiction and Substance Abuse, a survey of college students from 119 schools nationwide found that 1 in 4 has misused prescription stimulants such as Ritalin or Adderall. While the popularity of the stimulant is growing, the university has not addressed the issue.
We're aware that it is a growing national problem and a growing national phenomenon. We're not quite sure of how bad it is here at the state of South Carolina and here at the University of South Carolina.
Lindsay Webb, a senior graphic design student at USC, was prescribed Adderall after being diagnosed with ADHD 4 years ago. Constantly approached by her peers to sell her medication, Lindsay says the misuse of Adderall has become socially acceptable on campus.
In class or after class, if we had things due or if it came up in topic, they'd ask if anybody had Adderall and was prescribed to it.
Do they offer you money?
Yes, a lot of money sometimes. If it was one pill because they needed to do a test, they would offer you more money.
And while Lindsay says she has never sold her Adderall, others do despite the serious consequences.
Giving somebody a couple pills of Adderall, that's a distribution, that's a felony.
As for the buyers, they risk possession charges and could face up to 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. But the risk of getting caught hasn't stopped the growing problem.
I think it is a problem, and I don't think it's actually getting better. It's getting worse year by year, and I don't really know if there's a way to completely stop it.
As long as students need to cram for exams, many say Adderall will be in high demand. Aryana, Oveissi, Carolina News. If you thought all retailers are seeing losses due to a declining economy, think again. It's Monday morning, and judging by the full parking lot at this Dollar Tree on Rosewood Drive, business is booming. And for good reasons.
They get it sold in quantity, and then they sell it to you for $1, so they're doing great because everyone wants to get a deal.
But this deal has winners on both ends. With every item priced at $1, it's a no-brainer for consumers, causing store traffic to increase, yielding higher revenue. The Dollar Tree said that its total sales for the third quarter were $1.11 billion, up more than 11% from this time last year when they were at $997.8 million. Some of the nation's other discount chains say they are profiting from the new penny pinching trend. But some customers we talk to say the larger discount warehouses can't compete with the bargain of a buck.
Well, the way things are, you know, you got the best prices, and like, let's see, Walmart, all the rest of the grocery stores done went up on prices. Certain items, they done cut back on a whole bunch of stuff, so you come here and you can get more than you can in a regular store.
Price isn't the only reason shoppers say they pick the Dollar Tree. Its convenient location means they never have to leave the neighborhood.
Thank gosh for the dollar store because like I was going to go to Target today and I made out my little list and I looked at it and I said, I can get this stuff from the Dollar Tree. Let me go there and try first.
And like Luann,
I found some socks for my husband that were $1.
oh, that's convenient. You never know what $1 might get you. Aryana Oveissi, Carolina News. Kristen Marchese is a senior graduating in May with a 3.8 GPA. And while you may think she spent her college career in the library, think again.
I'm sorry.
Woo, no class.
I'm taking 4 classes and studying and everything included for all 4. I probably only do it for about 2 hours a week.
Why?
Because I can get away with it. I've made it this far, so why start now studying too much?
But Kristen isn't the only one. Of 380,000 randomly selected freshmen and seniors from 722 four-year colleges, 1 in 5 college seniors and 25% of freshmen go to class without completing readings or assignments. 36% of college seniors and 25% of freshmen who reported not doing their work still make A's. Here at USC, some freshmen agreed. And how many hours a week do you think that you would spend preparing for classes?
Probably like 3 or 4.
My calculus class, I don't really go to, but I still get a 95 in, so.
Went to like a magnet high school, so it was really hard for me there, so this is kind of a little bit easier for me.
The survey doesn't indicate whether students are lazy, busy, intimidated, bored, or geniuses, but does show support for what other studies have found, which is a gap between what teachers expect from students and what students actually do.
I would expect that they would need to, between the exercise assignments, the reading, they should be at least putting in about 9 hours of studying.
But according to Kristen, there's ways around it.
Students share information and do things also makes it easier for us to pass classes if we already know the information that we're supposed to know, instead of actually figuring out what we need to learn.
Proving that one of the biggest lessons learned in college is how to cut corners. In Columbia, Aryana Oveissi, Carolina News. From Anya to Isaac, some of today's biggest designers are sending a message to the masses by choosing to create clothing lines exclusively for chain stores. Why? To tell the world that in today's hard economic climate, style does not have to be sacrificed.
A lot of different designers coming in every 60 days, and they just offered different lines that were very inexpensive, but still classy, still a lot of style. They were very hot.
Updating your wardrobe to include this season's hottest trends no longer means having to break the bank. So, how do high-priced designers feel about this?
Well, I think if you think about it, like you can either have one really good quality piece or you can have 3 things that you'll probably end up replacing in 8 months to a year. So it's really not that you're spending more money, it's that you're investing in something that's going to last.
But with fashion's constantly changing cycle, what won't last is the trendy item being in style. While one of Annabelle's custom silk shirts will run you $158, an entire silk outfit at Target will cost you $50. A designer cloak will have you shelling out $230, while the same amount at a chain store will get you 4 complete looks. And the public seems to be taking notice.
We always compare ourselves against last year. That's how we kind of see how we're doing. So we've actually seen a slight increase in pretty much all of the departments within Softline. So yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Value. I think you know, guests continue to look for like trendy styled items versus you know, the prices, and I think we kind of offer both.
We compared a chain store version of a designer look to see if they can compare with the real thing. Can you spot the difference between these 2 boots? The one on the left costs $160, while the one on the right from Walmart costs $12. And while the $12 boot will not last the lifetime warranty that the UGG boot promises to, it sure looks the part. The most important thing to remember is that style is not measured in dollar signs. So whether your entire outfit costs $200 or $1,200, no one will be able to tell if your high fashion look came off the runway or from the aisles of your favorite chain store. Aryana Oveissi, Carolina News.